Poor Tommy. He screwed up, but doesn't know it. I've let it sit for a while, but I was bored, so I thought, I'll show you something from Tommy's videos. Here Tommy used some water tubes to try to show where his eye level was on this lighthouse. Now Tommy didn't really know for sure. He said about 70 feet, but he wasn't sure. He said you could take it anywhere from 50 to 100 feet. He didn't care. Well, anyhow, his camera is completely out of focus on these tubes. Have you ever taken a glass of water and tried to line your eye perfectly over the surface of the water? It's not that easy. Even when it's clear and it's right in front of you. He's got two tubes, or it's one tube, but two ends. They're quite a bit apart. He's completely out of focus. There's also a meniscus on the tubes. You can't see any of that in this picture. One thing about water levels like this, it's very hard to tell if you're right at the surface, just slightly above, or just a little bit below. The observer watching his video would not know the difference. Tommy doesn't know the difference. That's why he gives you an out of focus picture where you can't actually tell. But what happens is if you're slightly below the top of the level of the water, this is what you're going to see. If you're right at the surface, that line is going to be somewhere way down lower, as we'll see in one of Tommy's other videos. So here Tommy is trying to claim that that's 70 foot on the tower. This line he puts across is just a line he added, saying that's his eye level. That's not his eye level, as we'll show in a minute. Somewhere on that boat is probably his eye level. And those wind turbines you can see in the background. Here is Tommy's tube setup. There's no way you can line up a camera to know that you're perfectly over the surface, especially with an out of focus picture. It's impossible. But we'll get back to that. And remember, I said it's very easy to be slightly below or slightly above and not know the difference, even on a clear picture, let alone two tubes that are this spaced apart with an out of focus camera. See, this is what Tommy likes to say, that his eye level is above those turbines. What do we see in this picture? Those turbines are on some hills. You can see the hills in the background, but they're further away, quite a bit further away. And you can see them above what? A water line behind the island. It's hard to see, but you can see it. So somewhere on those hills is Tommy's eye level. Not at the top of that tower where he has the line drawn. Here's a follow-up video Tommy did later, and he's showing a water tube again, two water tubes. Well, first of all, you can see he's slightly off kilter. But where's his eye level? If this is his claim, where's his eye level? It's not clear up there on the lighthouse, which is on the right side of the island. In fact, it looks like it's right about the water level. Isn't that funny? So his eye level is actually on a place in the distance far beyond the island, but it shows that his mark on the tower or the lighthouse was completely inaccurate. Here's another picture he took. It's from the other side with the tower now on the left. Same thing. His eye level here isn't even close to the mark he put on the tower. Tommy, you have a problem. What happened here? This is out of your video. So here again is one of the clips I showed from his video. It's just the normal size now. I expanded it out so you could see it a little easier. As you can see, the eye level is right at the water line. It's at the bottom part of the island there, well below where he marks out eye level on the lighthouse. In this picture you really can't see the turbines, but they're back there and they're above the water line, which means they're not below your eye level. Tommy, I tried to tell you this. You didn't listen. I told you your water tubes are inaccurate. I asked you to just simply level your camera, zoom in and out. Everybody would be able to tell where the center frame was. There would have been no mistakes. You could have showed it level. You could have showed what it did when you zoomed in or zoomed out. Everybody would have saw it. But instead you resorted to trickery. I'm sure you realize how hard it is to get your camera level with water tubes and to have it accurate. And just a little mistake changes where you see that water level in relation to the background. If you're a little bit below it, nobody's going to know, but it's going to make the background appear at a different place in the picture in relation to that. If you're right at the surface, this is what you're going to see. It's going to be at the horizon in the distance. Well, anyhow, I hope Tommy enjoys this video. Be interesting to see what he has to say.